Hey, what's going on Tuesday, March 10th, 2026? Ranking career runs scored. I'm curious. Who are the top 10 baseball players in history who have the best ratio of runs scored per games played? Do you know who the top 10 are as far as their ratio percentage? Well, in this book, I did a lot of research and I found out the top 10. Who's number one? Billy Hamilton. This guy was incredible. I'm looking at his career. He played 1,594 games, and he scored more runs than games played. He scored 1,697 runs. Played in the 1880s and 90s. His ratio of runs scored per games played, 1.06. More than a run scored per game played. How about that? Billy Hamilton will go down in history as the best ratio of scoring a run in a game that he played. I didn't know that, but did some research to find that out. You would think, you would ask, who would be number one? You'd say Rickey Henderson, Ty Cobb. You'd say Barry Bonds, Babe Ruth. Those guys, they scored a lot of runs, but they're not in the top 10. Lou Gehrig was number 14 on my list. Babe Ruth, 17. Rickey Henderson, he ranked 48th. And Ty Cobb, he ranked 51st. Billy Hamilton holds the record. More runs scored per games played. Who else did it? Who's number two? Have you heard of this guy? George Gore played 1,310 games. He played in the 1880s. He scored 1,327 runs. That's 1.01 runs scored per game played. He's number two, George Gore. And he just barely made it over. 1,310 games, 1,327 runs. How about that for his career? Who's number three? I'm looking at the top 10. Have you heard of this guy, 1880s? Harry Stovey. Played 1,489 games. He scored 1,495. 6 more runs scored per games that he played than games played in his career. Just over. So he's at 1.00. Harry Stovey, how about that? He came the closest to all the games that he played. He almost had the exact number of runs scored per the game that he played. 1,489 games total. And he scored 1,495. Just over. 6 over. He's at 1.00. Who's number 4? This surprised me. I'm looking at the top 10. This guy surprised me. John McGraw is number 4. Remember, he was the manager of the New York Giants, but he had a playing career. He played 1,100 games. And he scored 1,024 runs. That's 0.93. So that's under 1.00. He's at 0.93, John McGraw. Number 5. These are all old school guys. This guy played 1880s and 1890s. Mike Griffin. 1,513 games. 1,406 runs scored. 0.93. 6 on the list. Mike Turnan. He's old school, 1880s, 1890s. All these old school guys scored a lot of runs. It was a different game back then. They got on base and they scored. But this guy played 1,478 games, and he scored 1,316.90. Number 7, King Kelly. He's in the Hall of Fame. 1,456 games, 1,357 runs, .89. Number 8, '80s, Tom Brown. 1,791 games, 1,524 runs. That comes out to .89. Number 9, Hardy Richardson. 1,334 games, 1,127 runs scored. .89. And rounding out the top 10, and they're all old school era, Sam Thompson. 1,410 games, 1,261 runs scored. That comes out to .89. I thought it was interesting. You couldn't get any of the guys after the 1950s, 60s, or 70s on the list in the top 10. All these guys were 1880s or 1890s. Different game back then. But they're on Baseball Reference. Hamilton's in the Hall of Fame. King Kelly, John McGraw, they're in the Hall of Fame. And so is Sam Thompson. But those other guys are not. Billy Hamilton, 1.06. George Gore, 1.01. Harry Stovey, 1.00. John McGraw, 0.93. Mike Griffin, 0.93. Mike Turnan, 0.90. King Kelly, 0.89. Tom Brown, 0.89. Hardy Richardson, 0.89. And Sam Thompson, 0.89. Those are the top 10 best runs scored ratio per games played. Did you know that? And that's what I'm doing. I'm doing a series of videos. I'm digging deeper. You can look at a guy's box score. You can look at his profile. You can look at his career highlights. But if you dig deeper, how did they do for every game they played as far as in a certain category? Top 10. All right, we're done with that one. Next top 10 I want to do is runs batted in. Who are the top 10 best producers of driving in runs of a ratio of the game that they played? What was their ratio of runs batted in per game played? I'm going to look at it next. I know who the top 10 are, and I'll reveal it to you in the next video. Respectfully, I'm out.